All right, let's talk for a minute about Canada's Constitution. So this is our list of supreme laws for all of Canada. It's built on three basic principles. One, separation of powers. We've got these three branches. They're kept separate so we can keep power balanced. Supremacy of Parliament. So it's really Parliament, the legislature, that has the real power in making and executing laws. And the third thing is that we have a responsible government. So these people, MPs, members of Parliament, are elected by us, the people. A couple of other things that you should know, that in 1982, Prime Minister at the time, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, he updated our Constitution. It gave Canada complete control over our laws as opposed to Britain, and we included the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Let's talk about the Queen. So the Queen is right now mainly ceremonial. She does need to give royal assent to our bills to make them laws, but that can be done by the Governor General. Governor General is appointed by the Queen on the advice of the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister actually picks the Governor General. The Governor General needs to sign bills before they will become laws. The Governor General has a few other duties. They dissolve Parliament, which means they end it, and they call for a new election. The Senate. The Senate is part of Parliament. It is not elected. These people are appointed on the recommendation by the Prime Minister. And the Senate reviews and suggests changes to legislation from the House of Commons. What do senators do? Well, there are currently 105 senators. They represent their province or their territory. They give a strong voice to underrepresented groups like Indigenous people, women, linguistic and visible minorities. You don't have to be a politician to become a senator, and they're a diverse group that acts in the best interest for all Canadians. Here's a nice little map showing the layout of senators across the country. So it's by population. You'll see that numbers represent how many senators are from those areas. The House of Commons. So the House of Commons is elected, and it is the most powerful branch of Parliament. And here's a diagram outlining the House of Commons. The House of Commons is made up of members of Parliament. So members of Parliament meet in the House of Commons to debate and vote on proposed legislation. MPs are elected to represent their voters in a particular riding, or another name for riding is constituency. So they are voted in by their constituents or voters in their area. They're usually members of a political party, and they support that party and follow sort of the beliefs of that party. If their party earns the most seats, they become the government. Other MPs are members of the opposition parties, and they sit on the opposite side in the House of Commons. Currently, right now, in the House of Commons, the Liberals have 157 seats, Conservatives 121, the Bloc Québécois 32, the NDP, New Democratic Party 24, and the Green Party 3. In order to earn a majority government, one party would have to gain 170 seats. And you can see by this diagram that the Liberals did not, or the Conservatives did not, and therefore it is known as a minority government. So let's compare those two. A majority government is when one party obtains over 50% of the seats. So if there are 338 seats in total, you divide that by 2, you get 169. In order to form a majority, one party needs to get 170 seats or more. And if you do have a majority government, it is much easier to pass bills into law. A minority government, that's when the party with the most seats does not have over 50% of seats in the House, and they really need to work together with all of the other parties in order to pass bills to become laws.